good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight on Star City News. I'm Bailey Hurley.
And I'm Dwayne Taylor. Breaking news out of Cass County. A sheriff's deputy shot and killed a motorist during a confrontation following a traffic stop late last night. The deputy has been identified as 27-year-old Tyler Rife, and the 23-year-old victim was Nathan Cox. Rife is on paid administrative leave, and the State Patrol is investigating. Prosecutors charged a Lincoln man with third-degree sexual assault of a child and child abuse yesterday afternoon after police say he molested a 14-year-old girl. The girl told her school counselor on September 9th that 20-year-old Chase Dill had touched her outside of her clothes numerous times in her home. Dill was arrested Tuesday, and Wednesday his bail was set at $250,000. No further details have been released.
And shortly after 3 yesterday afternoon, an explosive device was found at 56 and Adams Street. Star City's Kennedy Stillwater is live on the scene and has more on our story.
Blackheater was found outside of his ex-girlfriend's house hiding in the bushes, but the police were already near it at a different call.
Blackheater's ex-girlfriend reported to the Lincoln Police Department that he would not stop texting and calling her. LPD found Blackheater hiding in the bushes of his ex-girlfriend's home. But he was not the only thing found in the bushes. 2 makeshift explosives were found.
One of the officers showed me a picture of what they took when they got close to the device. Coming up to the device, I could tell it was an improvised explosive.
Lincoln City and Rescue took the explosive device outside of city limits to investigate further. The explosives were small, only about 2 to 3 inches, and meth residue was found on the explosives.
Brandon Blackheater was charged with possession of an explosive device and possession of a controlled substance. Back to you, Bailey and Dwayne.
Thanks, Kennedy. A Lincoln man has been sentenced to 8 months in jail after selling morphine and Xanax to a State Patrol informant. 25-year-old Casey Jones sold them after stealing the pills from his stepdad. Jones pleaded no contest to attempted delivery in a school zone and delivery of a controlled substance, and has also been fined $1,000. And Lincoln police are also investigating an attempted robbery that occurred at a Super C store last night. A man in all black walked into the superstore around 9 last night at South Folsom and West A Streets, showing a gun and demanding money from employees. A customer ran from the store and the suspect left the money behind and chased after him. The suspect is described as a male in his 20s, about 5'10", with a medium build. And police are still searching for 5 missing weapons that were stolen last weekend. The 5 handguns from 3 different owners were taken from unlocked vehicles. Lincoln police recommend locking your vehicles whenever you get out, and if you have any stolen items, report it immediately.
An update on the paintball gun assaults covered on Tuesday. Lincoln police referred 2 teenagers to juvenile court after their vehicle was linked to the vandalism. The 16 and 17-year-old are suspected of being involved in 31 incidents since last Friday. Police have not recovered the paintball guns, and no names are being released at this time. Nebraska prison officials will start using new software to calculate the release dates of inmates starting Saturday. Correctional Services started working on the automated sentence calculation system after errors led to the early releases of hundreds of prison inmates in 2014. Officials say the new method ensures greater accuracy, but the change means about half of inmates could see adjustment to their release dates, ranging generally from 2 days earlier to 5 days later. The new system is estimated to cost $477,000. Chicago's deadliest year is bringing thousands of additions to the Windy City.
And find out why the National Guard is taking over North Carolina. And that's not all.
We're standing outside the Lead Center where the Chancellor just gave his first ever State of the University address. I'm Michael Dixon with details after the break.
Welcome to the Adele Coryell Hall Learning Commons. This new addition will soon become the scholastic hub of City Campus. Enjoy the vibrant learning environment designed to accommodate and promote academics. The Commons also has a number of private study rooms to gather and collaborate with classmates and friends. Come visit the Adele Coryell Hall Learning Commons at Love Library today.
The College of Journalism and Mass Communications is the perfect place for higher learning. Students have the chance to study journalism, broadcast journalism, and add PR. Our distinguished students have the best possible resources with equipment, professors, and internships. Coming soon is the first of its kind, Interactive Digital Media Hub. The future is bright at the Co-JMC. Why not make yours too? Enroll today. Visit journalism.unl.edu.
In 2012, the national percentage of adults reporting that they drank too much alcohol before driving was 1.9%. In that same year, Nebraska adults reported 3.4%, nearly twice as much as the national average. People know they shouldn't drive, yet they still do. People go out and plan on coming back home. But as we all know, everything doesn't always go as planned. Inform those around you about the risks of drunk driving.
What would we do if we won the Powerball jackpot?
That's daunting to think about.
The music may change, but we'll still be there. Music, sports, and more. 90.3 KRNU.
And for the first time in 16 years, someone other than Harvey Perlman delivered the State of the University address today.
Star City's Michael Dixon was there and has more on the story live in the newsroom.
Thanks, Dwayne. Thursday afternoon marked new University Chancellor Ronnie Green's first State of the University since being appointed in May, giving him the opportunity to speak with both students and faculty on progress that the university has made. Hundreds of people piled into the Leeds Center Thursday as Chancellor Green spoke of the recent success the University of Nebraska has enjoyed, along with the plans to take UNL to even bigger places.
But I want you to feel the direction, and the direction that we feel we should be moving as we move forward.
Now, Chancellor Green, who stated when he was introduced back in May that he figured the move to the Big Ten was one of the biggest steps the university could make as an institution, reminded everybody in attendance of the school record $285 million in research funding, the record incoming freshman class, and the record 11 Fulbright scholars that the university had over this past year. But he also stated that he figured the university's best days are still to come.
I would submit to you that our challenge should be to be a distinctive Big Ten university and to be distinctive in the way that we serve our students.
Chancellor Green spoke for nearly an hour, also honoring individual faculty who have given 40-plus years of service to UNL, while ending his speech by quoting the late Nebraska punter Sam Foltz, urging people to, quote, dream big, work hard, and stay humble. Now, one thing to keep in mind about this State of the University is that the university's accreditation is up for the first time since 2006 in October. Reporting live from the Star City newsroom, I'm Michael Dixon.
Thanks, Michael. Pete Ricketts announced $300 million in new expressway construction projects earlier today. But unfortunately, the long sought-after 13-mile connection between Interstate 80 and Nebraska 2 didn't make the list. The most extensive work will be between Norfolk and Fremont to transform US 275 into a full-fledged expressway. Thursday's announcement says all the construction projects could begin as early as 2019 with the goal of 2033. And we have breaking news in the Tulsa shooting case. Prosecutors just announced they filed first-degree manslaughter charges against the officer who shot and killed Terrence Crutcher. The Tulsa homicide sergeant also confirmed a vial of PCP was found, but declined to say where in the vehicle investigators recovered it. The medical examiner's office is expected to provide toxicology report as a part of the larger autopsy report, but it's unsure when it will be released.
And after a violent protest raged for the second night in Charlotte over the police shooting of a black man, one big question remains. When will police footage be released? Charlotte's mayor says she will review the footage from the dash cam and body cam of the Keith Lamont shooting, but did not say when the footage will be released to the public. One protester was shot last night at the riots and is in critical condition and on life support. One police officer was also injured and transported to a hospital with undisclosed injuries. The governor of North Carolina declared a state of emergency and sent in the National Guard late last night to suppress the riots and clear major roads. And Chicago's deadliest year in over 2 decades is bringing reinforcements to tackle the violent city. As a major part of a plan to combat crime, the police department says it will be adding nearly 1,000 new positions in the next 2 years, including more than 500 new patrol officers. The Windy City now stands at more than 500 homicides and is on track to reach a stunning 700 before the year's end. And Donald Trump's response to the recent police shootings is asking for the controversial policy of stop and frisk to be nationwide, which would allow officers to stop and pat down individuals they deem suspicious. And New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio responded in outrage.
You know, Donald Trump talks about stop and frisk like he knows the facts. He has had no experience with policing, no experience with public safety. He should really be careful, because if we reinstituted stop and frisk all over this country, you would see a lot more tension between police and community.
And Hillary Clinton had a comment on both of the recent shootings, calling them unbearable, and said the nation can and must do better.
We need to come together, work together, white, black, Latino, Asian, all of us, to turn the tide, stop the violence, build the trust.
The former First Lady avoided discussing details of both cases, but said the nation should not tolerate such tragedies. However, she was careful not to blame explicitly police for either of the incidents. Instead, she praised the nation's law enforcement for their work during last weekend's terrorist bombings and stabbing rampage.
U.S. officials say mustard gas is being used again for the first time since World War I, but not by U.S. troops. ISIS fired a shell with mustard gas on an air base in Iraq on Tuesday. After the artillery shell landed on the base, U.S. troops tested it and received an initial reading for a chemical agent they believe is mustard. No U.S. troops were hurt or have displayed symptoms of exposure to the gas. Facebook co-founder Mark Zuckerberg and his wife Priscilla Chan announced yesterday a $3 billion plan to cure all diseases in their children's lifetime. The money will help fund 10 to 15 virtual institutes that will bring together investigators from around the world to focus on individual diseases. Zuckerberg and Chan are worth a net worth of $55.2 billion and emphasized their timeline is long, hoping to be accomplished by the end of the century. Now, it's the first day of fall, but it still feels like summer. How much longer can we expect this heat wave?
Emily will tell you when you can finally take out all those fall sweaters and boots and your scarves. And she'll also have a look at your weekend forecast when we come back.
Look for a way to give back to the community. The Nebraska's Humane Society Pelock Pet Adoption Center is located off of 70th Street and Highway 2. The Capital Humane Society is always looking for cat, dog, and critter lovers to help comfort and play with the animals as they find their forever homes. Stop in or go to www.capitalhumanesociety.org to learn how you can give back to the community today.
Well, we saw another warm and humid day here in the capital city. Currently outside 89 degrees, mostly sunny skies. We saw a little bit of cloud cover throughout the day, but that has definitely cleared off and opened up the skies to bring in some of that nice warm sunshine. South-southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour there, bringing up some warm temperatures from our south. And those warm temperatures will continue into the rest of the week. More on that in just a bit. Looking at our almanac for the day, 72 was our low this morning, which is just about even with what our high average is for this time of year. So as you can see, we have higher than average temperatures for our September month, but nowhere near that 99-degree high we saw back in 1937. Looking at tonight's forecast, 67 degrees, partly cloudy skies. We'll see a little bit of cloud cover move into our area. Those south winds will persist 5 to 10 and then move into tomorrow, and they will still be bringing that warm temperature our way and giving us a high at 90. Mostly sunny skies there. Looking into Saturday, though, we'll see this cold front moving some precipitation into our area, but keeping those skies clear over the Illinois area, which is where our Huskers are for game day. Looking at our game day forecast, kickoffs at 6:30, and we're expecting a temperature of 75 degrees. So if you're headed out to the game, make sure that you're packing a light sweatshirt or a coat, just so when those temperatures cool down into the evenings, you can be ready for them. Looking at the 7-day outlook here, those chance for thunderstorms on Saturday, 50% there. So if you're headed downtown, make sure you're finding someplace with some cover so you can beat the rain when it comes. 84 degrees, Sunday at 92, and that chance for thunderstorms will stick around, 20% there. And then into next work week, we see a slight chance for showers continuing into Wednesday, but our temperatures will drop into the upper 60s, lower 70s. So 71 on Monday, 68 on Tuesday, and to finish out the week, 72 on Wednesday. So looking beautiful, and we'll finally get to see a little bit of those fall temperatures next week. Back to you at the desk.
And when we come back on Star City News, Team North America made history in the World Hockey Cup last night.
And it's another Thursday night full of tackles, touchdowns, and Texans. Brett has your sports right after the break.
One wrong choice can make you feel like the walls are closing in. Sometimes, you don't know where to turn. Student Legal Services is here for you when those situations strike. SLS attorneys offer free legal advice and representation to registered UNL students. Don't let one wrong decision ruin your future plans. Contact Student Legal Services at 402-472-3350 or visit our office at the UNL Student Union.
Look for a way to give back to the community. The Nebraska's Humane Society Pelock Pet Adoption Center is located off of 70th Street and Highway 2. The Capital Humane Society is always looking for cat, dog, and critter lovers to help comfort and play with the animals as they find their forever homes. Stop in or go to www.capitalhumanesociety.org to learn how you can give back to the community today.
With 10 games left in the regular season, the MLB wildcard races are starting to get, well, pretty wild. We begin in Denver with the Rockies and Cardinals, and St. Louis was in for a long day. In the second, Nolan Arenado blasts a grand slam over the left field wall, and it's 6-1 Rockies. In the seventh, already up 8-1, Tom Murphy goes the other way with a 3-run jack. Rockies rout the Cardinals by a score of 11-1. So with the Cardinals' loss yesterday afternoon, the Mets, all they had to do was beat the last place Braves, take the outright lead in the wild card race. We jumped straight to the 9th in this one, where Ender Enciarte is at the dish. He hits a slow roller to second. It's enough to give the Braves a 4-3 lead as we head to the bottom of the 9th. In the final frame, Mets with a chance to win it. 2 on, 2 out for Yoenis Cespedes, who drives one to deep right center field. But it's Enciarte giving chase and reaching over the wall. A game-saving play from the center fielder. Cespedes cannot believe it, and the lowly Braves sweep the Mets. In other wild card news, the Giants lost to the Dodgers 9-3, which means the Giants, Cardinals, and Mets have identical records at 80 and 72. Those 3 teams are fighting for the National League's final 2 playoff spots. Switching things over to hockey, the most exciting show on ice, Team North America took on Sweden in the final pool play game for both squads at the World Cup, and there was nonstop action in the first period. Austin Matthews starts this play from his knees. He puts a little dipsy-do on Victor Hedman, then buries this rebound. 1-0 North America, 30 seconds in. Still in the first, it's 2-1. Johnny Gaudreau gets loose on the breakaway, and with speed, that's a pretty move from Johnny Hockey. 3-1 North America after the first. We move to the third 3-2 game, and Patrick Berglund ties it for the Swedes on a redirect. So we get some free hockey in the extra period. Gaudreau wins the puck on the sidewall, finds Nathan McKinnon all alone in front. He absolutely undresses Henrik Lundqvist. Bar down, play the goal song. The youngsters win that one in overtime. Starting tonight, you can get your football fix for the week. The Patriots, led by third-string quarterback Jacoby Brissett, will play J.J. Watt and the Texans at home. Vegas has this game as a toss-up, but hey, JJ, the Patriots are 6-1 all-time against you, so you probably won't win this game. In college football, there's an ACC battle in Atlanta between Georgia Tech and number 5 Clemson. Both of those squads are 3-0. Be sure to tune in Tuesday for a full football recap and an update on those wildcard races. Dwayne, Bailey?
And America's hearts are breaking after the shocking allegations against Brad Pitt.
And the show full of doctors, drama, and hopefully no more deaths returns tonight. Carly has all your entertainment news when she comes back.
Welcome to the Adele Coryell Hall Learning Commons. This new addition will soon become the scholastic hub of City Campus. Enjoy the vibrant learning environment designed to accommodate and promote academics. The Commons also has a number of private study rooms to gather and collaborate with classmates and friends. Come visit the Adele Coryell Hall Learning Commons at Love Library today.
Welcome back. I'm Carly Jensen with a look at your latest in entertainment. Well, the Brad and Angelina divorce is getting messier by the minute. Sources are now saying Brad is being investigated for child abuse, but LAPD quickly went, whoa, no, we are not investigating Mr. Pitt. This is a rumor. Angelina has requested sole custody of their 6 children in the divorce filing. Brad's co-star, Marion Cotillard, is also putting her 2 cents in after reassuring everyone that she and Brad are not having an affair. And to top off all of that in her formal statement, she announced she is expecting her 2nd child with longtime boyfriend. And a man who has some past history with Brad and Angelina manhandled model Gigi Hadid while out in Milan for Fashion Week. Take a look at this notorious celebrity prankster really shake up the Victoria's Secret angel. While taking pictures with fans, Gigi is picked off the ground by the man, but she furiously fights back. Sister Bella is right there with her, but her security guard appears not very helpful. Hadid remained fired up and later took to Twitter calling the man an idiot and reminding everyone she is indeed a human being. And everybody, set your DVRs, call your girlfriends, and get your tissues ready because Grey's Anatomy kicks off their 13th season tonight on ABC. The Grey's craze is back, and I highly doubt this season will disappoint. Actress Sarah Ramirez, who plays Dr. Callie Torres, is the only character not returning. Season 12 wrapped up with the birth of April and Jackson's baby girl and Amelia and Owen's wedding. But the big question that most fans are wondering is, will Meredith finally find love after McDreamy? Here's a sneak peek.
Oh my God. You did this. You think no one's gonna realize this is you? You're gonna turn me over. You could go to jail.
Unfortunately, us girls still have a long way to go before true equality, and at least Amy Schumer and Blake Lively sure seem to think so. Both the celebs posted to their Instagram accounts addressing the striking difference between the covers of Girls Life magazine and Boys Life magazine. Headlines on Girls Life read, "Wake up pretty, your dream hair, steal her secrets in 100+ ways to slay on the first day," while Boys Life headlines read, "Explore your future," followed by, "Here's how to be what you want to be." The publications are not connected to each other, but the side-by-side comparison is setting off a lot of people. And just in this afternoon, Bahati Prinsloo and Adam Levine have welcomed their baby girl. Dusty Rose Levine was born earlier today. She's the first child for both the Victoria's Secret model and Maroon 5 vocalist. So exciting, and congratulations to the new parents. Well, that's all for entertainment. Back to you, Dwayne and Bailey.
Thanks, Carly. Coming up next on Star City News, are Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch making a return?
And Nike took the shoe game to the next level with their new release. Mason has all that and more with social media when we come back.
What would we do if we won the Powerball jackpot?
That's daunting to think about.
The music may change, but we'll still be there. Music, sports, and more. 90.3 KRNU.
The College of Journalism and Mass Communications is the perfect place for higher learning. Students have the chance to study journalism, broadcast journalism, and ad PR. Our distinguished students have the best possible resources with equipment, professors, and internships. Coming soon is the first of its kind, Interactive Digital Media Hub. The future is bright at the CoJMC. Why not make yours too? Enroll today. Visit journalism.unl.edu.
Hashtag Brangelina may be the top trending hashtag, but Jennifer Aniston's face is getting all the attention. Memes of Brad Pitt's ex-wife Aniston has trolled just about every aspect of the high-profile divorce between A-list actors Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. New phone, who dis, one meme says. In all reality, Jennifer is probably thinking, same phone, who's this? Now, some of you may be old enough to remember the days of Mark Wahlberg's short-lived rap career under the name Marky Mark. Well, Wahlberg's 13-year-old daughter tried to recreate those days and got more than she bargained for.
Dad, I want to hear you rap right now.
Whoa. I'm your 45-year-old father, and I got a rap. And if you keep misbehaving, I'm going to give you behind a slap. And it's called a spanky.
No, Dad, cut it, cut it. The look on her face is absolutely priceless. Who better than to turn a bonding moment into an absolute embarrassment? That poor girl. If you're looking for a fun and creative Halloween costume this year, our last social media trend may be able to help you out. Take some notes from this recreated Daft Punk mask. The mask is made out of gold epoxy and features 250 LED lights, audio interaction, and can even connect to Wi-Fi. The post to Twitter has received hundreds of likes and dozens of shares. That's all for today's social media trends. Dwayne, Bailey, back to you.
And these shoes are like a prop right out of the movie Back to the Future. Nike has introduced self-laced tennis shoes.
Now you slip them on and they conveniently tighten around your foot, even lighting up for a little extra flash. You know, we had something like that when I was a kid, Velcro in the light-up shoes.
I had them. I loved walking around. I had pink, purple lights. Loved them.
If you can do it then, I know they can do it now.
I don't want to tie my shoes. Sign me up.
That's all we have for Star City News. I'm Dwayne Taylor.
And I'm Bailey Hurley. Join us next Tuesday at 5.